This tutorial focuses on doing an SEO audit. In our case, the SEO audit is a spreadsheet provided that will help us to calculate the different criteria and put together an overall mark for our website. So the first thing we've got to do is we've got to understand what are the different categories and what's the marking scheme involved in the SEO audit. Well, in our case, the SEO audit is made up of 3 different components. The first thing we've got to look at is the initial impression of the site. Now, from a marking perspective, it's worth 3%. What is it? Well, the initial impression is exactly what the name suggests. It's your impression of the website. Now, I don't want the description of the website. I want how you feel about it from a design perspective, from a usability perspective, and from an actual functionality perspective. Okay, so does it do what it's supposed to do in the way that it's supposed to do it? Is it easy to use? Is it easy to manipulate and to navigate? All of these things. Okay, so again, looking at it, how do you feel about the website? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? From, as I say, from information provision perspective, from a navigation perspective, and the usability perspective. Okay, so literally you can't go too far wrong because it is your initial impression. The second part of this is the SEO dashboard. Now that's what we're going to complete over the next little while in this tutorial. It's a spreadsheet that actually helps you put together in total there are 66 different criteria. In this tutorial I'm going to deal with the first section, which deals with 13 of the criteria, but the spreadsheet will guide you through the rest of them. Okay, so there's no difficulty. I'm just providing you with the idea of what's meant to be done with these sections. So the SEO dashboard itself, the actual spreadsheet itself, is worth 13%. And then finally, your recommendations are worth 14%. Now what that means is the dashboard is a little bit like taking your temperature when you're sick. It tells you if your temperature is up or if your temperature is not up. So you know if there's something awry, if there's not something awry. Your temperature does not tell you what to do to fix it. Okay, the dashboard is exactly that. It will highlight or flag different areas within the website that need attention in order to improve the search engine optimization of the website. It doesn't tell you what to do. That's where your recommendations come in. So you will recommend ways on improving the situation as such. Okay, so the audit that you will do will include all of these 3 things. The initial impression, the dashboard itself, which is the spreadsheet, and most importantly, your recommendations on how to improve the whole scenario. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just jump into the SEO dashboard, which is the spreadsheet that I provide you with in order to calculate certain metrics and so on. So we're going to have a quick look at that, and then we'll come back to this PowerPoint and we'll go through what needs to be done after that. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up the spreadsheet. Once you open the SEO dashboard, the first thing you'll notice is that there are 2 sheets on the bottom. One says overall and the second one says inputs. We'll have a look at overall first. The overall section is really just for a review, and it displays the different areas that we'll be looking at. In total, there are 6 different areas looking at general site evaluation, links, meta tags, content, visual extras, and domains. So there's 6 different areas, and if you look down below it, you can see the 6 different areas. At the moment, there's nothing in any of them, so you've got a grand total of 0 there. But as soon as we start putting stuff into the inputs in a second, you'll notice that it starts calculating the effectiveness of each of these criteria. There are 66 criteria in all, and they're all weighted. Some are weighted treble weighted, some are double, some are single weighted, some are negatively weighted, and there's 1 or 2 that actually have 0 weightings in for them, and that means that it's worth noting, but they really have no effect on the overall marks, but they're really the overall percentage achieved, I should say. So at the end, when you look at this, it'll be able to tell you at the bottom here that the SEO evaluation of your site is whatever percent. Okay, now obviously we need to try to achieve 100%, but what's very nice about this is if you don't achieve 100%, you can actually see where you're lacking. and you can work on those things. So now we'll skip on to the second sheet, which looks at inputs. You'll see there's a whole load of grey boxes down along here. This is the only part of the actual spreadsheet that I'll want you to alter. Everything else will be calculated based on what you put in here. So for instance, I'm going to show you the first section here, down along here, the first 13 different criteria. As you'll see, there's a total of 66 criteria in it. You'll get used to it fairly quickly. In nearly all of the cases, there is a suggested link which will help you calculate this particular figure. And more importantly, there is what's known as a spreadsheet called the SEO Dashboard Assistant, which will actually help you step by step to create the information in here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first 13 of these, and the spreadsheet, the SEO Dashboard Assistant, will help you create, do the rest of them. Okay, as soon as I start putting figures in here, it will affect, of course, the figures that are in here, and will affect the overall mark that's in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to jump back to PowerPoint. Big note here: before embarking on an SEO audit, brainstorm and compile a list of keywords that you would like to be associated with the website being audited. Now, as I said earlier on, much earlier on in the course, when you look at your idea and you come up with your idea, the whole idea of this is that you will then start focusing on creating an actual marketing campaign around this idea. Now, when you get to the actual SEO dashboard and the audit, if the concept or the idea or the business that you actually have chosen does not have their own website, well, then you will audit a competitor's website. It's up to you to decide which competitor and how closely they need to be. My advice would be, the closer they are, the better to your actual business, because then you will start compiling keywords and brainstorming and compiling this list of keywords the same as you would with your own business. And as well as that, you will learn an awful lot from either looking at your own business's website or a competitor's website. And whatever you learn from the audit and the recommendations that you compile at the end of this audit, they should roll forward into the next stage, which is strategy, and more importantly, into the implementation of your different channels. So it's really important that we look at those and we start thinking about those. Okay. So the first thing we have to actually do is we have to actually create a list of keywords. So as I said before, we can brainstorm these either individually or as a group, and come up with a list of keywords that you would like your website to be associated with. In other words, the words that people will type into Google and you hope your website will appear before it. Okay. It says here the SEO audit should be completed based on these keywords, not on the words that, when we do the audit, it will come up with words that are already on the site. So the reason I want you to do this before you embark on the SEO audit is so that you will come up with fresh ideas for words that you think should be associated with it. When you do the audit, those words, your idea of what they should be might change. And, at that stage, you can change them if you want to. But at least you'll have come up with those set of words yourself. And maybe you'll have come up with words that aren't on the website at the moment. And that's the whole idea of doing the brainstorm before that. Okay. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is come up with these keywords. So blank sheet of paper, pause it here if you haven't already done that. What we're going to do is we're going to actually analyze the TU Dublin website. So my advice to you at this point in time would be pause the video and start thinking about what keywords you would associate with TU Dublin. Okay, what we're going to do is write down the keywords for our site. So we're looking at TU Dublin. So obviously TU Dublin would be a keyword. And because we're recently after changing over from DIT would probably be a keyword. Okay. What else? Third level. University. study, Dublin, college. Then you start thinking maybe about the locations and the domains. So things like, I'm just going to write down locations, and we should go mad on this one and say obviously Grange Gorman, Colbrew Street, Mountjoy Square, Rathmines, etc. And the domains are everything from tourism, hospitality, to management, to engineering, to computers, to everything, optometry, to everything, okay, marketing, all the different disciplines and domains, okay. Anything else we need to have a look at? Well, quite often when we're talking about keywords, students start shouting out things like library, okay. Maybe I'm deluding myself, but we have things like Brightspace, okay. Anything else we have? So these are all the keywords that we might associate it with TU Dublin. So, okay. So obviously, let's write out the name. Dublin, okay. And obviously I'm being lazy there, not writing out university, but you get the idea, okay? Anything else that we might have? Third level study, you might have CEO. So these are people who are searching for it. So you've got to start thinking about who else or what else might we have here. Well, you start thinking about our different target audiences. Our different target audiences are everything from current students, past students, prospective students. So we're talking about fifth year, 6 years in college. We're talking about their parents. We're talking about even down to, we're trying to draw the attention of the career services and career advice, etc. So all of these different things. Anything else that we might have in here? So this is the whole idea of brainstorming. This is the first thing that we do when we start thinking about carrying out an SEO audit. So these are the types of words that we're trying to focus on that we think we might need, or more importantly, we think that anyone searching for our site might type into something like Google or a search engine in order to find our site. All right, so we're missing out on lots. What are we missing out on? Anything else? These are just normally what we do. I'd normally run this out to a class and they'd come back with ideas and with possibilities. Okay. Now, obviously, when we're talking about this here, we're talking about also about maybe degrees. We're talking about postgrad, graduate. Okay, we're talking about undergrad. We're talking about masters, PhD, research. Okay, we're talking about lots more than that. Like words that we didn't even type in here yet are really what we need to start thinking about it. Okay, now I'm just going to pause there for a second, pretend that I'm happy enough with this. Now I'm not. There's ones I'm deliberately leaving out, but I want you to try and fill in the gaps. Okay, this is part of brainstorming, and then when you actually start looking at your site, you'll say, oh my god, I left out things like what. Okay, now for starters here, like I'm just going to say, what else did we leave out? We left out Ireland, we left out institute. Okay, we left out education. All right, we left out all of these different things. Okay, so when you start thinking about these and start really dwelling on them, that's where you start thinking about maybe looking at the websites, trying to figure out what should be involved, and all the different things like that. Okay, there are even things up here on top. If I just go like keyword, I'm just going to write down in brackets after the suggestion tools. Okay, there are things out there called keyword suggestion tools, and we should actually use those. So this is all part of research. So I'm just going to pause there for a second and pretend I'm absolutely ecstatic with my list.